Okay, so for this week's video reflection, we're going over 4 questions and topics. The first one is going over 3 perceptual differences. Um, Perceptual distortions affect how individuals perceive and interpret information about others. These perceptual distortions have an effect on when employees are forming their perceptions of a new manager, which many of us have used and have done before, but have never known the actual, perceptual distortion that we used. Um, so there are 3 perceptual distortions that most, employees use when forming perceptions of new managers. The first one is called confirmation bias, and confirmation bias is basically the tendency to search for or interpret old information about a new manager while disregarding any new information. So this goes basically finding out in the little time or the little to no resources, finding out where this manager worked, finding out what company, finding out if anyone had any sort of connection with this manager, just to find out what sort of manager, what type of manager they are, what type of managing skills and styles they use, um, and finding out any extra information such as why they left their previous job and stuff like that. And with this old information, um, that'll be used to create the new, to create a perception of this new manager, but not getting to know or learn any new information. So that's confirmation bias. Another perceptual distortion is the halo effect, which is basically generating a positive or negative impression of a new manager or person based on a single characteristic or trait. So, an example I have is that, say I'm meeting, this happened to me before, and I was meeting one of my new managers at one of my old jobs, and when I got there, I said hello, and I didn't know the reason why I said they didn't say hello. Maybe they didn't hear me, which I found out later on that they didn't hear me. But when I said hello, I was ignored. So automatically from that, I thought that person was rude and created a negative impression of them because they didn't respond to me. They didn't, and it just came off as rude and disrespectful. So I made the negative impression that my new manager was going to be rude and disrespectful, which was not right. But that's the halo effect. And then the third perceptual distortion is self-serving bias, which is basically connecting successes to internal factors, such as personal skills, and then connecting failures to external factors, such as situational or environmental factors. Um, So, for example, if say it's the first date with the manager and you're able to get a job task done with the help of that manager, you automatically get, a positive impression that they have a good managing style, managing skills, and create an impression that they're a good manager just by that one, success of achievement, that of being able to finish the work task with them. So we make a positive impression. With these 3 perceptual distortions, they're considered cognitive shortcuts because they are the quicker methods of creating perceptions of new managers, especially with the little to no info of resources, as I mentioned earlier. So, for the next topic, we're going to be talking about fundamental attribution error, and what that um, is fundamental attribution error is using other people's behaviors to internal characteristics while downplaying the influence of external factors. Now, with fundamental attribution error, there are some strategies that many use to help falling, under or falling prey to the funnel attribution error. One of them being seeking extra info slash more of an understanding. So what I mean by this is, say it's a challenging situation. Say an employee didn't meet the deadline of submitting a a project or a work assignment. This has now created, a situation and not in the, positive side for the employee. Something that to something to do to not fall under the fundamental attribution error is find out what environmental factors were considered in the challenging situation. Was there a massive workload on the employee that didn't allow them to focus on that work task and get it done on time? Um, was there something that took away their time slash attention from it, such as another employee seeking help on a project and, you know, the employee pushed their project aside to help the other one? Um, and those are just examples. So there's other information that, individuals should seek for them to be able to, find out what the reason why they, you know, weren't able to complete the task and not fall under fundamental attribution error. Another a strategy to use is promote open communication. So if an employee is struggling with anything or needs help or is not finding time to finish a work task, promoting, communication in the workplace will just let everyone know that they're allowed to speak up and ask for help, ask for guidance, and not feel down or feel wrong to ask for help or guidance, And those are two of many strategies that an individual can use to not fall under fundamental attribution error. Next topic we're gonna go over is positive reinforcements. Positive reinforcements is a technique that many managers use to encourage desired behaviors and outcomes. With positive reinforcements, I'm very familiar with this because it has been used a lot in in all my jobs that I've worked at. One of the many known positive reinforcements is praise, just giving a verbal praise, saying thank you for your job, thank you for your help, great job today, stuff like that. Being verbal with your employees, letting them know that, you are grateful and appreciative of their work and their work and their help with the company and the whole workplace, and you couldn't do it without them. But aside from praise, there are other positive reinforcements that help an employee do better, but also the workplace as a whole as well. Some other positive reinforcements are salary increase, or other known as raises, um, recognition and awards, career development, and employee benefits. So, with salary increase slash raises, we know what that is. Raises, getting up, going up in your pay, and with this, it definitely encourages everyone because we go to work to make money. We go to work so we can, financially provide for ourselves. So being able to get more money just, makes us want to work more, do better because we know we're able to get more for our work. And that is something that is used a lot in my workplace, especially in the office, my office job, just because we all have our own tasks, we all have our own responsibilities, and everyone that works in my job right now, we've been working there for a while, so we've gained a lot of knowledge and experience, and we basically know our jobs, with our hands behind our back. Like we know it inside and out, and we do get promoted for our pay every while, And that's why many people don't want to leave the job, because our pay is good, and we know that they pay us for our hard work, our good work. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely familiar with this positive reinforcement. Another positive reinforcement is recognition and awards. And like I mentioned earlier, praise is something that is mostly used a lot in everyday workplaces. Um, and that is similar to recognition awards, but with recognition awards, it's providing an award. So, certificate, a plaque, or something signifying the employee's hard work and hard work and determination to finish their work, and you know that they really do care about the workplace and that they finish their tasks, that they're a good employee. That has an effect on the employee to do better, to know that they are being recognized for their work. Career development, or as we know, promotions. This is a positive reinforcement that also has effect on employees. Reason being, you're going up in the company. You're leveling up, and that means your work is being acknowledged, your work is appreciated, and your work is extraordinary. Your work is extraordinary to the point that they want you to move up in the company, do more for them, and just do more for yourself. Because with the promotion, that comes with many things. It's not just a title, it's a raise, it's benefits, it's a higher title. So career development is definitely a positive reinforcement that has an effect on employees to do better at their job, because they know that there's opportunities and more opportunities waiting for them. And with them doing better work and doing more for the company, um, they can get more opportunities. And then the last positive reinforcement is employee benefits, and this is something we're all familiar with. I think employee benefits, health insurance, dental insurance, 401k, employee vacation, sick days, stuff like that. And you know, with some um, companies, I know employee benefits are given like after a specific amount of days or times of the employee being employed at the company. So if the employee, likes the place that they are working at, they are more likely to do better at their job, because they know benefits are right there, at the finish line. And if they continue working hard, they can get more benefits, such as the sick days and vacation time. So yeah, that's another positive reinforcement. And the positive reinforcements that I think have more of a better impact on employees to do better in the workplace is definitely career development and raises. Once again, raises we're completely familiar with. It's going up in your pay. Who doesn't love money? So knowing that you're working for your money, knowing that your work can get you more money, makes you want to work harder. And so raises definitely has a more of an impact on better work ethic, um, and for an employee to do better at their job. And career development. Career development is also something that I feel it definitely has, an impact as well, because you can start off as an employee, you can start out, and then you can go up to team leader, then you can go up to a supervisor, manager, and then God knows what else is ahead of you. So you know knowing that there's opportunities for you to advance your career, for you to advance your name, for you to advance your skills, you know that positive reinforcement, career development, I know has a huge impact for employees who want to do better, not only for themselves, for the company, and for everything else. Last topic is Bandura's social cognitive theory. Bandura's social cognitive theory is the use of observational learning and interaction between individuals to shape behavior and attitudes. So, with Bandura's cognitive theory, the question is what sort of company culture would come from this theory. So with Bandura's social cognitive theory, this can lead to lack of trust and collaboration within a workplace. And what I might mean by this is employees not wanting to share their ideas, not wanting to fully put their 110% into a work task, just to make the other party not do as well, in the project, in the work task or project. Another thing that this could lead to is favoritism. Favoritism is definitely something that has a negative impact on a lot of companies. Favoritism can lead to a lot of things, such as people quitting. This can lead to a low staff, which is not good for um, business productivity. On top of that, it leads to my other reasons I just mentioned: lack of trust and collaboration. And favoritism, this means giving raises, giving any positive reinforcement, less work, for example, less workload to a specific employee, and just excluding all the other employees. That is not a good a good way for a manager to handle or to be acting towards their employees. A way to get ahead of this type of company culture is, one way is getting along with the favorites. So knowing the code, knowing the secrets, and not secrets, knowing the background behind the company. If you know that there is such thing as favoritism, some employees like to get along with the favorites, so that way they are in the window of being recognized by the managers and not being excluded from the favorites. Another way is, say there's already a specific, you're joining the company and there's already specific ways of doing the job, such as, for example, clocking in and out at the same time, getting this task done at this time, getting started on this task this day. Sticking to those guidelines, rules, and all that will make you not stick out from everybody else, make you stay in the regular path of everybody, so that way you'll be recognized by management and not be falling under the Bandura social cognitive theory.